welcome back to River City Runs Red, our Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle here on Restless Barbarian Gaming. It's the final season. And there probably will be some of that going on for sure.
That soundboard voice catches me off.
I feel you there. But hello, I'm your storyteller Aloysius, here with my lovely players, who I will have introduce themselves in a clockwise fashion, and then we'll get into what's been going on and what's happening and where we're at. So we'll start out with Tiara.
Whoa. Me? Okay.
You.
Hi, I'm T. I play Evane Big Ops Mallory. We've been girl bossing for now 4 seasons? Is this season 4?
This is season 5.
God. Season 5? Oh my god. Yeah, we've been girl bossing for 5 seasons. And we started as a little squirrely, mousy, real anxious person. And we're still a bit anxious, but we kind of went right into the gaslight, girl boss, gatekeep era. Thumbs up.
I'm so scared. I love being in the middle because it means that I could get a lead up, but then I was like, oh, right. I have to
it's
actually
me now.
Right. Crazy. Hello, I am Pluto, and I play the lovely only anarch of the coterie, Scully, who I think did I join 2 seasons ago? Or like middle of
3.
Yeah. Wow, it's been a while. What the heck? But was the new face, now is the not so new face, and probably caused psychic damage last season by being straight up with the woman trying to kill us all. But that's okay. She didn't blow up the building that we were all
She
in,
appreciated it.
She appreciated it. Will the other people in the coterie appreciate it? Probably not. But I gave you all heads up too, so what can you do?
Hey everybody, I'm Tom. I am playing Ephraim, aka DJ Blackout. He is the owner of a vampire nightclub called the Diablo Club, and he is a warm, friendly guy who is just looking to make friends and make everyone around him happier and brighter. And if you believe that, I've got a bridge in Arizona to sell you. So.
It's like, what kind of introduction
really
is
coming
this?
in hot with the lies.
Wow.
Fast.
Classic
final
Ephraim.
season where we just lie about everything.
Yeah. Lie about everything to each other and ourselves. So, when last we left off, it was the grand reopening of the Diablo Club after it had fallen into Ephraim's hands after the unfortunate demise of his adoptive sire. And it really hit the ground running as it not only had a facelift, but also had an elevated status as a second Elysium location through the Keeper of Elysium, River, who Ephraim had been working closely with to make this possible in the first place, and invited all the coterie, including Delilah, and all in all, it was a grand occasion. People got to dress up who hadn't dressed up in a while, for better or worse, depending on the occasion. Evane was very excited. Scully did not really know what to do and enlisted Evane's help. And things were okay for the most part. Things went off without a hitch. But there was a slight snag when Scully and Rick, one of the sheriff's hounds, noticed from the rooftop Opal Blackman, the anarch from Ward 2, who had been firebombing a bunch of locations important to everyone who is not an anarch from Ward 2, all over the city, just seeing what was happening. And the two of them went down, roped the emissary of Ward 3, Merrick Kroll, into it, and went out to have a chat with Opal, making sure she didn't do anything, and also getting on the level with her, and buying a little more time. So that is more or less where things left off, with just buying a little time before everyone maybe died in a horrible fire. But we will be picking up about a week after the grand reopening, but before that, we are going to be touching base with people in sort of a montage fashion for what they have been up to in response to that night's events, and sort of like what they've been up to, what they plan on doing, things like that. And Ephraim, we'll start with you. You said you were upping the security of the Diablo Club after being informed of the potential incident that could have occurred.
Yeah, he's definitely hired a couple more security guards. Probably has installed more cameras inside. And once he feels a little more secure with that, then he wants to find out who the fuck this Opal is. He wants to find out more, because he's stuck in his own little world. So he's a little like, all right, who the fuck is this Opal? And now the player understands the threat was made against all of the kindred that were in there.
Yes.
Characters like, why are you fucking with my club? So he's probably kind of started to do some research on who she is. All
right. And how do you go about gathering that information?
Let's see. He has nothing really in his backgrounds that he can use for that. Probably leaning on Trixie. Is that her name? The Nosferatu?
Pixie.
Pixie. Okay, I was close. Maybe checking with Pixie to see if she knows anything. Maybe checking with Scully and Elaine to see if they know more about her.
Well, okay. I would say that yes, you have met Opal.
I know.
A couple.
It just goes with the character.
Yeah. So you have met Opal a couple times, actually. Yeah. She was there when you found when you were investigating the Kindred massacre caused by Revenge at the beginning of season 2. She was also present for the attack on Lorcan She was part of that whole big operation. And you would know that while she didn't have like because obviously it varies from domain to domain, but anarchs are much more loosey-goosey when it comes to titles and that sort of thing. So she didn't have any like proper title or anything like that, but she was very much seen as sort of like a right hand to the late Baron Reyes, and has seemingly sort of taken up the cause. Ward 2 had always been the most actively antagonistic of the 3 wards, and it's very much seen that there is just cause, at least in their eyes, for all this attacking everyone else, as there is a conspiracy afoot.
Right, because she thinks that my predecessor killed Baron Reyes, right?
Yes, but they Scully did help to sort of let her know that there's more to it than that. It's not as simple and like plain as you seem to think it is. It's much more nuanced and complicated, to which she was not the most happy about, but she at least offered to sort of like lay off and give a little more time, but her patience only goes so far. And sort of over the course of the week, you have noticed that she seems to be keeping her word. There have been no more reported attacks in either wards 1 or 3 or on any Camarilla holdings or anything like that. So she seems to be keeping her word at this moment in time.
Okay. All right. Then, yeah, she's on his radar. But, okay, so now the player and the character a little more up to speed. So, okay.
All good.
That's fair.
Okay. All right.
That's probably all he wants to do in that week. So.
All right. Sounds good. And Scully, you were trying to find out more information on what happened to Baron Reyes and who may have been behind it. Had you thought of like any specific avenues that you wanted to follow up with that, or were you sort of just like generally just trying to get information from whatever source you can find?
I think right now what's kind of occurring to Scully, because the last thing that she did before like the opening was like talking to the Hikata. So she might have gone to them and seen if there was anything they could potentially do information-wise, like getting in contact with, the soul of Baron Reyes, even though it's just like, I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
No. I mean, that is that. Make me. Let's see. Make me a. I'll say charisma or manipulation and persuasion.
Ooh, okay. We all know how good of a what's it called? A diplomat I am from our last thing, where I was begging to not have to do any rolls at all. So I have exactly 1 success out of 2 dice, so truly that's
fair.
I'm not, yeah.
Alright, so 1 success.
At least I didn't piss them off, hopefully.
Yeah, no. I'd say Zephyr probably would at the very least be interested in the idea, but he would need some time to prepare that particular ceremony, as it would be rather intensive to try and reach out to her wraith, if it even exists.
Mm-hmm. I guess another question on that end, would I be able to, like, find out how difficult it is to summon a wraith in general and what a wraith is?
Sure. Make me a intelligence and occult roll.
I'm not going to say anything about this roll because of the fact that I feel I'll jinx it if I say anything, so...
Fair.
I think that is 2 successes.
2 successes. You would know that a wraith is essentially the spirit of a person who sort of like lingers after they have died. And specifically, they have not come to terms with something. And it's not uncommon at all for mortals to have wraiths. It is more uncommon for kindred to have wraiths. It's not impossible. It's just more of a rarity for whatever reason.
Okay. Well,
And,
I think... Okay.
And as for summoning them, depending on how... summoning them isn't necessarily difficult, provided, once you have the materials, typically you need... I'd say Zephyr and Florian probably give you information here and there about it, because they're the spooky ghost people.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, in order to summon Wraith, the necromancer needs to have a fetter, which is essentially something that the wraith is attached to, in order to sort of like summon them to a particular location.
Okay. Right. I mean, that feels like it's reasonable. So would Scully have been able to make any progress on potentially helping out in that sense? Because here's the thing, the other option is asking Ephraim about Gregory. I don't know Ephraim like that, and also I think he might kill me, so...
I would like to see him try, but fair enough.
That's true. He might hire a hit on me. There we go. That's better.
That's much more reasonable. Let me think. Make me either a charisma or manipulation and streetwise roll.
Oh, this is such a large dice pool. Let's see. I'm wondering, hold on, for me trying to remember basic rules of, How does blood search work again?
You make a rouse check, and you add a number of dice to your roll depending on your blood potency. So for you, it should be make the rouse check, and then you add 2 dice to your roll.
Okay. I can attempt this. Let me do my rouse check first. See if I get hungry. I get hungry. That's okay.
It's okay. Hunger's a little less severe since we're in montage fashion right now, but once we're out of it, well, you know.
Gang, we're rolling so good tonight. I got another 1 success.
Another 1
So-
success.
So cheers.
I would say, after sort of a lot of like asking around, you sort of like remember where Baron Reyes sort of like called her haven, but you don't find anyone who's really willing to go and retrieve anything of hers for you, or if they already have something, they're not willing to part with it.
Awesome. Cheers. Okay. We'll eventually figure this out. But yeah, I think that's probably. I feel like that feels like a week-long thing that Scully was doing.
Yeah, sounds good. And it's a very it's a very good idea. That really putting those contacts to good use. And so then we will move on to Evane, who gave me quite the checklist of things she planned on doing.
Yeah.
We'll start. We'll do the big thing after we resolve the other things.
Sure.
So first off, wanted to check in on Keen, and sort of just like see how they're doing after their haven exploded.
Yeah.
And you sort of like check in on what the situation is with them. You find out that with the help of both Delilah and the Nosferatu Primogen Lincoln, they have sort of like gone to ground and are sort of hiding away currently.
Okay.
But they are recovering and are okay, all things considered.
All right. Perfect.
And
I think I'll also just like in a show of good faith pass on like essentially news of Opal's movements at the party, and then like the kind of tentative cease and desist that's happening right now.
And it is greatly appreciated, sort of like being kept in the loop on what the situation is.
So Keen is okay.
Let's see, and well, the third thing sort of like falls in line with the first thing. So I guess we'll do the first big one on your checklist, unless you had something else you wanted to do very quickly.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, I mean, I guess in that correspondence, since Evane would ask Keen as well, just would ask if she happened to have like because it would help also with the investigation into what happened to the Baron Reyes. Yvain needs to get her hands on information about Frey. So she would pose this as a question, I think, to Keen as well. Just, have you heard of anything, through the grapevine, or would you be able to point me in the direction of a trail that I might be able to follow?
Okay.
And this is, of course, purely because Yvain's like, Nosferatu feel like the secret keepers of every Camarilla holding.
yes, I would say, to be fair, that is the case in a very large amount of cases.
Yeah.
And she will say, give me a little time to look into things, and I'll get back to you.
All right. Yvain will do just that.
All right. And so you wanted to do something very interesting that I am very on board with.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
So you wanted to
read Frey's memories.
You wanted to read
blood.
Frey's memories.
We are connected. So.
Yes. Yeah, he is your sire. So
Yeah.
It is very within the realm of your current skill set. So out of curiosity, which of Frey's belongings do you swipe to use this ritual?
Which of his belongings do I swipe? It can't be something that he would notice right away. Well, I guess would the attachment to said item affect the ritual?
I would say, rules as written, no. But I would say if it is something that is more sentimental or something that he uses more often, I will lower the difficulty on the ritual roll.
Here's my thought. I think Yvain goes to swipe a bit of jewelry that she had gifted to Frey when she was still mortal. But he doesn't wear it because he thinks that he said to her, it's tacky.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kept it this entire time.
Yes, I would say, but he's kept it, so what does that say?
Mm-hmm. So I think that's what she does, because if he was to notice something going missing, I think it's better to go for something that he doesn't actively wear, but he's held on to give herself more time.
That is fair. So
I think just like on one of the nights where she's reporting to him to whatever, I think it's just kind of he's essentially just released her, we'll say. And she's just kind of falling back in line maybe with more of her actions in the first season of being kind of like not maybe to the same degree, but like errand girl. And I think there's a little bit of a yes, that's your position kind of tension to it.
Absolutely.
So she'll do it during one of those, one of the evenings where she is reporting to Frey, just picking up or dropping off something that he's told her to.
All right, sounds good. And where do you go to perform this ritual?
To my home, the new
Okay.
one. The security system was set up end of last season.
Mhm.
And everything should be set. I mean, I think also during this week, Vance had like the furniture moved in and whatnot during the day and just slept at the coterie house.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think she'll just do it at the new place.
Okay.
So
Sounds good.
go to the living room. Make some room, and go
Mhm.
to the living room and set up an area to do it there.
All right, sounds good. You set up the you set up the space for the ritual, and once you set up the black mirror in the bowl and place the jewelry where it needs placing, I need you to make me a intelligence blood sorcery roll.
Okay. And for this, I am going to blood surge. So let me roll to see if I
Sounds
get
good.
hungrier. Let me pick my hunger die. We'll use this pretty bronze sparkly die. So last season we're going physical die, baby.
Love it.
Okay, that's a 9, so I do not get hungrier.
You do not get hungrier.
And then it is 2 for the blood surge, and then 3 intelligence, and then 2 blood sorcery. Okay. One, 2, 3. I got 3 successes. Actually, it's the first episode. I will actually burn a willpower, and I'll reroll.
Okay.
I mean, this has the potential to give some really good information, so might as well, right?
That is true.
Come on. Okay, a 6 and a 9. So that's actually 5 successes.
Right, 5 successes. Okay. So, the remind me of the exact intent of what you are trying to see.
I think the best way to kind of control this is to have a focus. And so I think the focus for this now is she wants to look into what he was doing leading up to her being taken to him, and the raid on the Magar.
Yep.
And if he came into contact at all with Grimmery, because she is checking to see if he has compelled her, if he was the one to have possibly compelled her.
Okay. You it's less of like one cohesive scene and more like you're getting a bunch of like snapshots of like very specific things that you're looking for. And you sort of like complete the ritual and you suddenly find yourself looking through Frey's eyes, which is
Jarring.
An experience in and of itself. But so the night of the raid, you actually see Frey in that Masonic temple.
What?
Where the raid took place. When he's there, it is entirely empty, and he's sort of just like walking through, looking around with purpose. when sort of out of nowhere, Lorcan appears. He de-obfuscates himself, and that is sort of just like sort of like unsettling, sharp, toothy smile on his otherwise very beautiful features as he sees Frey appear, and sort of just like, smiles very unnervingly, his joints cracking in almost unnatural way, and Frey just tells him, "They are coming for you. I hope you know that." And Lorcan sort of just like plays with his sort of like long spindly fingers, and just says, "Will my new friend be there?" And Frey says, "Of that I don't know, but I'm sure it will be a thoroughly entertaining event regardless. I do know there are very heavy hitters that will be there, so I prepared these for you." And he pulls out the jars that Lorcan had that exploded. And he says, "Just add some of your blood and it will complete the ritual." And
God.
And Lorcan sort of just like takes some of them and sort of just like examines them in that very sort of like analytical way that he is behaved and that Ephraim knows all too well. And says, "This is intriguing. I think I can put this to good use. Can I expect them soon?" Says, "Yes, I think they will be arriving quite soon indeed, so I would prepare yourself promptly. I can say at the very least that my wayward child will not be among them. Not that she would be much of a hassle to you, even if she was." "Well, that's a little disappointing. I was somewhat looking forward to picking her brain with how you talk about her. She won't be here. That's all you need to know. I've prepared you, the rest is on you." "But you don't want to stay for the fun?" "There's too much at stake for that. You let yourself slip. This is as much help as you're going to get from me. Clean up your own mess." And he starts walking away, and you just hear Lorcan behind him just and the vision fades, and you find yourself shunted to another vision.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes, you may, absolutely.
When I am seeing through Frey's eyes this scene, is there any like residual like feeling from what he was experiencing that moment, or am I just seeing it through his eyes?
I'd say maybe a little muffled. You may be seeing through his eyes, but it's still from a more omniscient perspective to some extent. But I'd say is the sort of like muffled remnants of what emotions he may have been feeling. And
was there anything in particular even muffled that might be recognizable in terms of how he felt when he looked at Lorcan?
Like when he first appeared, somewhat. I'd say you sort of like get a muffled feeling of almost like disappointment. Not necessarily. It's a bit difficult to tell, but not necessarily because of like seeing him, but perhaps more under the circumstances that they were seeing each other.
Okay. I'm guessing it might be a little too muted but is it more like a disappointment felt when something that you had prepared doesn't quite live up to your expectations? Or was it disappointment of, like, I guess maybe a more sentimental nature?
I'd say a little of column A, a little of column B.
Interesting. Okay. Very
And so you are shunted out of that vision, and you find yourself brought to a new vision. This time it is of Frey in the Diablo Club, pre-renovations, and specifically in Gremory's office. And he sort of like sat down facing Gremory, and the two seem to be conversing. And sort of like as you're picking up on the things that they're talking about, you find out sort of like through the context clues, because they're talking about the sort of like the grand unveiling of the sort of like Camarilla, sort of like making their presence known to the city of the Kindred, the Kindred of the city at large, because the Camarilla had been here sort of like laying the groundwork for about 5 years before they, you know, made themselves known to the anarchs who were already controlling the city. And sort of like based off of the context clues that they're talking about, this conversation happened before that even happened. So it happened before the big night. And at one point, he sort of like slips it into conversation, where it says that Baron Reyes is going to be, well, I think she's just going to be a bit troublesome, so don't you agree that it would be for the best to just do away with her when the moment shows itself? And sort of like through the memory, you sort of like feel this sort of like overwhelming pressure he exudes. And Gremory's face sort of like goes somewhat slack for a moment, and her eyes sort of like they get all far away for a second, and I just say, Yes, I think that can be arranged before their vision sort of like goes back to normal and they just continue talking. And then the vision disappears and you find yourself back in your living room.
Evane is covered in bloody sweat.
Yes. And
I think, like, drenched in sweat, which is great that she prepared a spot just in case. I think the blanket under her on the floor is fucking soaked in blood.
Yeah, well, that's fair. And but also coming out of this, you feel as though that whole experience was almost like a dream, and much like many dreams, you feel it fading from your mind, and you know if you don't write this down, you will forget what you have seen.
She is already typing. She's typing on, she'll type on her her laptop, just crack it open and just start typing notes as fast as she can. Just step by step, and then like inserting questions like, okay, this was before even the Camarilla seized full control of the city from the Anarchs. So was this, how long ago was it that they seized full control?
At this point, and technically they didn't seize full control. They just
Announced themselves, I guess.
They just announced themselves and sort of like claimed praxis over downtown. But from now, that was easily like 4 or 5 months ago, when the sort of like grand debut happened. And that conversation happened before even that. Exactly how long before, you're not entirely sure. You just know it was before that.
Do I remember... No, it would be too hard to tell. It'd be too hard to tell with that. Okay. But then potentially at least 5+ more months, Grimry had already had that compulsion buried.
Yes, they had that command sort of just implanted in their brain, and during the raid, when Baron Reyes was sort of like helpless and wounded on the ground, seemingly, you know, given the context clues, that just activated it.
Okay. The Nosferatu Primogen does not fucking like Frey. I do remember this.
He does not care for him, yeah.
So, and Evane has just been trying to be polite and, like, you know, obviously helped Keen to help Keen, but it doesn't hurt. But I do think, so I get these notes down, and I kind of try and catalog my thoughts. What I do immediately after that is I'm going to save that, but I'm also going to save it to 2 other drives, and I'm going to send one of these drives to. I think I'm going to send one to. I don't know if I want to give it send it right to the Nosferatu Primogen. You know what? Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. I think at this point, it's kind of like, now that I've stepped in it, I don't think the danger has ever been higher for Evane. She was like, I thought it would be a little bit harder than that to find just the incriminating evidence. Granted, I had to see into your memories.
Yes, I would say, granted, it is not tangible evidence even a little bit, but...
Even a little bit. However, if the information that something did happen that is possible, someone else can also look into it via other means, right? She's like, who knows what other people have other abilities. So she's going to send one. She's going to send one to the Nosferatu Primogen. I'm wondering if it might be better to send it by way of Keen, since the Primogen helped the Primogen and Delilah, or Delilah. I don't know. Yeah, because Keen went to ground, so maybe I'll send it by way of Delilah for the Nosferatu Primogen. And just say like this is a contingency. But includes information that I think should be shared with your Primogen, because he would probably be able to maybe make some use of it. Information is power. The other one,
Yeah.
I don't even know. I was just like, for some reason my brain said she needs to save 2 external ones.
You're just like, I just need 2 contingencies.
As 2 contingencies. Who? I don't know if I trust the sheriff like that. That's for damn sure.
That's fair. Well, who do you trust like that?
I know who everyone expects me to say. I know who someone said, that people might expect me to say. However,
personally, I don't think I'm thinking of either of those people. I'm thinking of someone else.
Are you thinking of Ephraim and Scully?
I was not, but that is your prerogative.
Who are you thinking of?
No, I'm not going to say. It was your choice.
If you were thinking about Merrick is not Camarilla, so she's going to share the information, but doesn't really make sense to send that to him because he wouldn't be able to make as much use of it, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
She could send it to Hassan or Rick. I think it makes more sense to send it to Rick, but she's kind of, I don't know why, but for some reason she's a little bit worried about potentially putting a target from Frey on Rick's back. I don't know why. It's just like a feeling of anxiety there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that necessarily exists for many other people, but there's like some like, oh my god, if Frey tries to do something to Rick, I'll cry. But she did already tell Rick everything else. I think what she'll do is this. She would like to call a meeting. She's going to send the second one to Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And say, found out some information to give us more threads to follow to back it up. But this is a contingency of that information. Gonna call a meeting to go over what happened. But just in case, please keep this with you. And then I think she'll send a text out to Rick she's gonna send one to Rick, to Ephraim, to Hassan, to Merrick, and to Scully.
Okay.
And say, saw something we need to discuss sooner rather than later. Ephraim, you'll want to be here for this.
Yeah.
Meet end of the week.
And Rick will message back saying, "Good, I was going to message you anyway. We need to talk."
Oh, great. Oh, cool. Ahaha, reverse anxiety? Come on. What? And Vane immediately texts back, what? Like, no, you have to actually tell me.
And he'll message back really quickly saying, still developing. Talk with you all in a couple days.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Wow, that's a lot of information. Okay. Cool. Well, Jesus. I think Yvain needs to marinate on that information. So the only other thing that she's gonna do for the remainder of the week, as she like gets these hard drives to people and then sets up a meeting time, she'll invite everyone to the new place. But in the meantime, she is also going to check in and like essentially with her brand and just kind of catch up on some work because she's trying to get ready to announce a extension of her online brand. So
yeah, I've got to do some streaming. She has not had a lot of time for that.
Yep. Yes. So essentially she's going to kind of the rest of the week kind of keep to herself. She'll stream, and I think at the end of the week she will essentially, kind of hype it up at the beginning, like, oh, big announcement on this day at this time, and for the last stream before kind of like the weekend hits, she announces that she will be doing a what are they called? Not a sweepstakes, a contest? I don't know. I guess like something like that. Yeah, like essentially like a open call.
A raffle?
So,
Sure.
any number of those things. Yeah. She's going to do an open call audition essentially from her fan base to help model the soft launch of her clothing brand that she's trying to do. So she does her best to work the chat rooms up into a frenzy with that, and says, I will be choosing 10 lucky people, and you will not only get to model the clothing, you will get to be gifted some of the clothing as well.
All right.
And that's what she does.
Sounds good. So that will bring us to now, which is, I would say, perfect that Yvain wanted to set up that meeting, because Rick was going to do much the same had you not. And I will need all of you to give me a rouse check.
Okay.
For your nightly rouse.
I got hungrier.
Can I roll higher than a 5? Welcome back to the
I believe in you.
I did.
Whoa.
Yay!
Love to see it.
We love to see it.
Okay, so hungrier.
Yeah.
Good.
Hungry vampires.
All right. So Yvain, you said that the meeting is going to be at your new place.
That's correct.
All right.
I give the security guards essentially names of the people who will be coming. Then I'll let everyone know to just check in with security when they arrive.
All right, sounds good. Who, if anyone, of those invited have been to this new place?
I would say Merrick has definitely probably been over, and Hassan has probably also been over. There's a potential that Scully might have come over if they met at all in that week, but it seems like we were both pretty busy, so probably not, and Ephraim wouldn't come over. He wouldn't have come. Yeah. Evane didn't try and invite him over for nonsense, and he wouldn't have come over even if she did.
Didn't even bring a housewarming gift. So.
Yeah. He's like, why would I do that? It's a waste of my time. Okay.
Children have no manners anymore.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. Just eyeballing my cat. She's on the move. She's been still for like an hour. Okay. So, do you do any preparations before people show up, or are you just like?
Well, that one blanket was burned, so so that's gone. Because no amount of washing is gonna get all that out. So, anyways.
Fair.
But yeah, I think she's kind of after she sent the invite, I think she went to town making sure she had as many comfy decorative pillows for like the couches. I have pictures of what the living room looks like that I can share in the Discord, but it's essentially Evane has moved into essentially like an industrial warehouse that was remodeled to be a giant loft essentially.
Okay. Love that for her.
Yes, it has the living room is essentially most of like I would say like 3/4 of the bottom verse like floor essentially. With like the really long couches kind of set up so that not a square, not like a full square, like one side missing. So there's 3 sides of couches essentially kind of wrapped around like a large coffee table in the center, like a large glass table in the center of the living room. And I think she's just going to sit up there. I mean, we don't eat. I'm not calling people over. We're talking about business. So
yeah, that's
eat
fair.
before you come to my house.
I don't have snacks here. Don't worry about that yourself.
But she will make sure that the security system is working properly and well. And then she does tell the security to make sure that they alert her if they see anything suspicious or anyone even loitering or even looking at the building a little too long tonight.
Sounds good.
And then she does also, I think she do you think it's fine that she would have a picture of Frey? Yeah, she probably has a picture of Frey. I think she shows a picture of Frey to the security guards and she's like, if you see him for any reason, immediately let me know. I don't care what we're doing, immediately let me know. But don't necessarily bar him from the premises. Just let me know as soon as possible. And I think she's just in preparation, waiting for people to arrive. She's just going to check and make sure she doesn't have anything like from him currently. Has he been silent the past couple of days, or has it been business as usual sending her on errands?
I'd say for the most part, it's been business as usual, but I'd say the day prior to this one, you didn't see him at all.
Okay. All right. Cool. Is there anything else that I would need to do? I thought I had something else, but I think that's it. I think then I think I'll just wait for them. Because I have one thing, but I'm saving this. This is my
fair enough.
ace in the bag.
All right. Out of curiosity, for you two over here, how early do you show up to Evane's place?
She said come at 9 o'clock.
A polite 5 to 10 minutes early.
Okay.
He's 10 minutes late. So.
Classic.
Absolutely.
And that's 5 minutes before he meant to get there. So.
All right.
Fashionably late, as always, you know?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Van's just like, if Ephraim shows up late, just tell him you'll let me know that he's here, but let him wait a little bit.
So hold him up a little bit? Oh.
No,
so give this guy a little shit just for cuz.
Camarilla have social games I've never even thought of.
Okay, well in that case, I'd say Scully is the first one to show up then.
All right. Open up the door. I'm sure you get up no problem.
Yes, I would say security gives her no trouble at all.
Perfect. Yeah, Vane swings open the door. Says, "It's good to see you. Come in."
Yeah, it's good to see you as well. Scully has also brought the clothes that she borrowed from Evane. They are clean.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you for letting me borrow them.
Yeah, of course. She kind of just takes them and then kind of just holds them in her arm because it's a little bit weird to just immediately walk off and go put them away after Scully gets here. And says, "Well, come in. You can sit down, or I guess do you want a tour?"
I mean, I am a little bit early, so if you want to, I guess.
All right, Vane.
Oh God, Scully, terribly awkward. I forgot.
Vane takes Scully on a tour of the place. Yeah, just like shows the different floors and the nooks and crannies and whatnot. Just kind of wasting time while everyone else arrives.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, Scully looks like a lost puppy.
I mean, like, I never know what to do with the first person who shows up.
I'd offer you snacks, but I don't have any.
And so after sort of this lollygagging, almost like 9 o'clock on the dot, you hear a knock on the door.
Okay. I look out the peephole.
It's Merrick.
Okay. She opens the door. And I don't know why I feel nervous for no reason, but she opens the door and she's just like, "Oh, it's good to see you. You're looking really well." She's kind of looking him over because he had a really bad last week.
That is true. He is looking significantly better. All of like the burns that he had have fully healed over at this point.
Yeah, just kind of takes his face in her hands and looks him over and just like, "All right, looks like you healed up quite nicely. How are you feeling?"
Much better, thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, come in.
Thank you. He enters.
We've still got 2 more that we're waiting for, but I mean, you've been here before, and you met Scully. Scully's kind of probably hanging out in the living room now, awkwardly.
Just
Scully is just looking out the window.
I was like awkwardly gazing out the window.
Mm-hmm. It's like It's just it's like we can turn the TV on while we wait for the others if you really want. I don't. This is really a business kind of meeting, but you know, it feels a little awkward waiting for everyone else to arrive. I think she just like turns on like a stereo system and some music starts playing. There we go.
Yeah, that's like nothing like a business meeting with your 2 coterie mates, your 2 boyfriends, and then your chaperone.
What a
You
beautiful,
don't have to roast me.
what a beautiful business meeting we were having, guys.
A family can also be
Your 2
You
boyfriends, 2 coterie mates, and the chaperone. Yeah.
Oh my God. Amazing.
So
It's beautiful. Happy Pride.
yeah.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride, happy late Pride, happy Pride whenever.
Exactly.
And you sort of are sort of if you turn on the TV to alleviate some of the awkwardness. Scully could keep staring out the window. That's her prerogative.
You will.
I turn it on like the nature channel or something. They're talking about shoe bills.
Classic.
Oh, no.
Scully's like, Florian and I do this, but in magazine form all the time.
This is what Ephraim's gonna walk into in 10 minutes.
Yeah. And about 10 minutes later, Ephraim arrives.
What time of year is it again?
What time of year? At this point, it's like late spring.
All right, so it's
Probably like May.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah, he shows up. Probably just kind of a nice dress shirt on, some nice slacks, a new chain, gold chain. Still wearing his sunglasses. And if he feels like he's being delayed a little bit,
Maybe a tiny bit.
okay, yeah, he'll just kind of
And
just
you know,
wait.
and the security will let you through.
He just kind of just follows him with his eyes as he walks by,
Absolutely.
and gets there.
And sort of like as you're like walking up the stairs, the 2 security guards just like chuckle to each other.
Would he have heard that?
Oh my God! Why are they doing doing too much?
Make me a wits awareness roll.
I would love to.
Do
New
you have
season,
heightened senses?
new season, new Ephraim. Let's see, awareness and wits. You said
Yes, I would say, do you have heightened senses?
I do.
All right, then you can add your aspects to that also.
Roll. Okay. Okay. And that was 6 successes.
6 successes, you absolutely hear them chuckling.
Spins and looks at them. It's like, is there a problem, bro?
No problem.
What are you fucking laughing at?
Just an inside joke.
I have a great sense of humor. Why don't you tell me what it is? And
You
he'll
don't
just
have
kinda
the
keep walking towards
context.
him. Oh, out of context. I get it.
Oh my God! I'm gonna fight the watchman.
Like I said, new season, new Ephraim. You never know what you're gonna get.
New season,
oh,
new Ephraim, he's
God.
going everywhere, fucking beating people up. Oh no.
And he's gonna stop and be like, "We'll talk about it later. I got business."
Sounds good.
And turn around and head to the door.
Mortal's like beefing with a teenager. Come on.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say you hear a knock on the door over the sound of the Shoebill documentary.
All right, I turn it down. The shoe bill, the video down, and I'll open the door.
All right.
Ephraim, good to see you. Come
So-
in.
All right. Comes in.
Yes, you come in.
Terminator
you
scanning the room. You know?
Yeah, I would say you see Merrick sitting on the couch, seemingly watching a Shoebill documentary. Not sure if Ephraim would even know what a Shoebill is.
Not a
And
beautiful.
you see a bird documentary on the TV, and you see Scully seemingly awkwardly just staring out the window.
Oh, she's now awkwardly watching the show.
Oh, now she's awkwardly
Oh,
watching. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Now she's awkwardly watching the bird
You know,
documentary as
I
well.
just don't feel like you can awkwardly watch a Shoebill documentary. I think it's very transfixing. I think that against your will, really, you're transfixed by this documentary. They're so weird.
They're such weird creatures. How can you not be a little less awkward about it?
Maybe she's a little more relaxed looking at the shoe bills. Who knows?
No, she's just like, oh, I wish Florian was here.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what they start saying. Yeah, they have a sound that sounds like a machine gun going off. And it's like, oh,
She's like,
okay.
oh, that's crazy, actually.
Oh, that's wild.
So
Anyway,
that's fun.
Yeah, so this is
Alright.
the situation that you walk into, Ephraim.
All right. Ephraim finds a seat away from everybody else, and
3 large couches, so you got lots of room.
sits down, takes off sunglasses, and is like, "I'm here."
Wonderful. We're just waiting for one more,
Well, 2 more, but
2 more.
You're
You're
And
right,
then-
we're waiting for 2 more.
yes. And then a couple minutes later, you hear another knock on the door.
Okay. I open it.
Yes, you open it and you see Rick and Hassan together.
Okay. All right. Good to see both of you. Come on in. Find a seat. She lets Rick in. Asa comes in, give him a squeeze on the hand and a smile. Say, all right, everyone's all here. So I had some information that I'd like to share with all of you tonight, but I believe that Rick also had something that he wanted to discuss tonight as well. Is that correct?
Yes. And he'll sort of like... I'd say you catch it. He sort of like looks to Hassan when he says that, and they sort of just make eye contact, and then he sort of like turns his attention back.
What does this mean? Oh my god.
And
We're pregnant is crazy.
that is crazy. That's also a crazy statement. But
we cannot be saying this shit in the private chat. Nobody knows what we're laughing at now.
that's the
Well-
case like every time. So
Stream,
some things never change.
the party is saying that they're going to announce that they're pregnant.
Yeah.
Just so you can
I'll
be
say,
on-
or that they're announcing a new Polycule member, if you were curious.
Yeah.
But Rick says, what I have to say is rather big, so I don't want to derail whatever you called us here for, so if you would go first.
Okay. That's extremely ominous. But
I know.
that made it worse. Okay. So then I'll go first. Ivinkana walks over to the kitchen island. It's kind of like an open downstairs floor plan, which is like living room, and then like the back half is like entryway and like a long open kitchen area. She'll go and she'll grab her laptop, and she will take it over to one of the couches and sit down and open it up and say, so, I was able to do a little bit of digging on the Frey front in terms of possible connection to Baron Reyes and Grimory.
Merrick immediately locks into what you're saying.
Also locking in.
I was able to access some of his memories through a ritual. And what I saw was a little more damning, perhaps, than I thought was possible. The first thing that I saw, and I think she aircasts to the TV, so Shoebill documentary goes off.
My shoe bills.
So there will be a PowerPoint. Okay.
It's like, no, my shoe bills.
She
Your PowerPoint.
Exactly.
one thing about Yvain, since she's kind of just been like the dump errand girl for Frey for so long, is, you notice these are very organized notes. Like
Which font?
notes. Which font?
Which font?
I don't
Just
know.
kidding.
Just fucking Helvetica. I don't know. She got a little
Pretty
silly
solid
with
choice,
it.
honestly.
Um,
Comic stands.
I usually like Helvetica or Garamond. So yeah, maybe.
What, not
Helvetica.
Times New Roman?
Fuck
Basic.
Times New Roman.
Basic. All my homies say Times New Roman.
Helvetica.
That's
or
fair. It gives me
environmental?
trauma flashbacks to school, so.
Exactly.
Anyway. Alright.
But yeah, she throws it up on the, flat screen on the wall, and yeah, it's furnished, okay? So the first thing that I saw, I was trying to access his memories through a blood sorcery ritual. Just to see if there were any connections, and I did so using a focal point of looking for any contact with Grimory and trying to figure out why it was that he kept me maybe away on the night that the raid happened at the temple. What I saw was that Frey knew Lorcan. He was there before you all showed up. And he was the one who handed over these jars. It looks like he had done some, maybe another type. Would I know that was it like a corrosive vitae sort of thing? Because I have that. So would I have recognized it at all, or is it something different?
You would make me an intelligence occult roll.
Okay, let me see what my pool is for that. I know I have 3 intelligence. Do I have any in occult? I do have 1 in occult. Would I consider? Probably not. I was gonna say I have a specialty in like predators, as in predators to me as a vampire. What I meant though is to vampires, but do I consider Frey a predator to me? My apex predator who could kill me? No, but I have 1 there. Okay, so that's a pool of 4. Let's see what we can do. Oh, okay, that's 2 successes. I got a 6 and an 8.
2 successes. You would recognize it as similar to an extent, but much more potent.
Okay. These jars of it. It made me think of maybe like a corrosive type of blood. But I don't know. It seemed like maybe a little bit more concentrated, or just a little bit more than that. He had handed it over to Lorcan and said that all he needed to do was add his blood to them to complete the ritual. Also, to prove the validity of her statement, because Yvain was not there and so therefore has never seen Lorcan. She says Lorcan, he was this kind of like tall, strangely beautiful, but very unsettling, I don't know, like kind of elven-ish looking type thing with a creepy laugh. Does that ring a bell at all to anyone here?
Yeah.
I would say basically everyone turns to look at Ephraim. because they've all seen him, but they're like, he has had the most dealings with him, so.
Okay.
He kind of sits up straighter and is kind of leaning forward, like really listening intently.
I didn't really get a clear beat on the emotion happening between their exchange, but I kind of got the sense that there was a little sense of disappointment on Frey's part, both in the sense of something that has failed him, but also something a little more sentimental as well. It's not very clear, but it seems like that means that maybe they might have potentially had some sort of shared history in a sense. And she's looking through the notes because, again, as you said, like, it felt like a dream, so she's really like, she's probably been poring over these notes over and over again, trying to recall like the shock of having seen it, but it's fuzzy, but she's, obsessing over what she's written down. He'd also mentioned that Lorcan had slipped up that some heavy hitters were going to show up, and his new favorite, I can't quite remember what he called Ephraim, but just like his new, I guess, favorite, I don't know, obsession, fixation. I'm assuming that meant you, Ephraim. And said that when Lorcan asked if he would stay and help, he'd mentioned that he needed to clean up his own mess, and that this is all Frey would be doing for him before leaving. Then I saw one other thing, and she looks directly at Ephraim and holds his gaze. I saw Frey at the Diablo Club with Grimory, meeting, it seems, prior to when the Camarilla announced themselves, and essentially like, what did you call it? Like my brain's saying Dominion.
The grand debut.
Yeah, their dominion over this section of downtown.
Their dominion over downtown.
Yeah.
Very intense sounding.
Who needs Paris? We got Grand Rapids.
Right. But they met and they were talking, but it's they. Frey had slipped in that he believed that Baron Reyes might be a problem in the future.
Careful what you
Yeah.
say.
If Baron Reyes might be a problem in the future, and if it would be a good idea to take care of it. And I felt him apply. I felt him apply a pressure to her, which leads me to believe that he was the one to implant the compulsion.
He's gonna stand up. So you got all this from a dream.
I got all of this from a blood ritual.
Which comes from where? The ether. How does this knowledge get into you? Some weird
Because of our
shit.
Because of our connection as child and sire. The ritual allows me to tap into our connection by way of blood. And if it goes well, you can access the memory. So, that is everything that I have. But I would say it's quite a lot, as you can imagine.
And he just kind of turns, kind of looks over at Hassan and Rick, and it's like, kind of like, you buying any of this?
And Rick says, blood sorcery is not exactly my area of expertise, and he'll sort of like look over to Hassan, and he'll say, it is certainly within the realms of possibility.
I mean, I'm all about having Frey strung up by his fucking heels, and we get information out of him. Because if he manipulated a friend of mine into an act they didn't mean to do, and he looks back and you say it's right,
he should be punished.
then
There are
damn straight.
consequences for his actions.
Damn straight. How do we get this rolling?
I've reached out to, I guess, a contact in the Nosferatu to see if they can maybe find a little bit more information about what Frey has been up to recently, so that we might have more threads to follow. I think the issue comes with we need to find a tangible way to prove this incriminating information. We can't prove it, it means nothing. But it does let us know where to focus our attention and our resources.
And Ephraim's just kind of clenching his fists, and you see like a little bit of blood.
Yeah, and sort of like as you're like going over all this information, I'd say sort of like every once in a while, you'd probably notice that Americ has like these sort of like bony protrusions, sort of like just start like growing out of the back of his hand and then sort of like receding as he like calms himself down.
Does that hurt? Every time. So.
Okay, Wolverine.
Okay, Wolverine, yeah. Can I real quick? Because I think that Scully would like try and think on whether this adds up from what she knows about like sire and child bonds.
Mm-hmm.
How this works, basically. Does this ritual exist and work? Kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Make me an intelligence occult roll.
Okay. Gang, that's a big fat 0. That is 0 successes. Woo!
Okay.
We love rolling nothing.
All right. Not a 1 on the hunger die though, right?
Oh, actually, there Loki was.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
It's been a while.
Oh,
All
dear.
right. Give me one moment, because this is where the fun happens.
I'll try.
You said that's all the bad that's all the bad news I can take today, actually.
That's all the bad news I can take today, actually.
I'm gonna go home now. Bye.
I gotta go home. I gotta...
All right. Sort
I
of.
gotta
I would say before I do this, sort of like upon hearing all this information, sort of like what are Scully's sort of like immediate feelings about all of it?
Scully's immediate feelings are that this does line up with like what they had been coming up with, the implanted suggestion kind of situation. Like Frey was on the list, but the thing right here and why I was like I think Scully would do this role is because this is a lot of Camarilla politics that she doesn't know anything about. And is there a potential for, like, essentially... She likes Sylvain a lot. Disclaimer.
Mhm.
Disclaimer. But it's also like, this is your sire, and there are reasons to hate one sire and want to get rid of
Oh yeah.
them.
This feels like too perfect in a way.
This exactly. It feels a bit too perfect to Scully, and that's why she was like, "Does this line up? And do I know anything about this kind of ritual?"
Okay.
Just to make sure she's not getting dragged into some
Yeah,
politics unnecessarily.
Yeah,
That
exactly. That's what I was thinking. Are we
That is-
acting as an
that-
excuse to kill her sire?
That is fair. That is fair.
I
Okay.
think that Yvain is kind of looking out of the room. See, then the thing is, like I said, she's been obsessing over these notes, poring over them, and also knows exactly how this sounds, which is why she's like, I didn't think it would unfold like
Mhm.
this. Like, this is a lot. Like, maybe having planted it for some fucking petty reason or whatever to
Mhm.
to like fuck Grimmery over, sure. But like, you also have something to do with the fucking Magar issue that we had as well. Like, what? Like, that's a lot. And so I think that Yvain kind of takes deep breath, though she doesn't need to breathe.
Yes.
Says, I understand exactly how this sounds.
It's like, okay, but before that, Scully, you suffer from a paranoia compulsion.
Exactly what I was expecting.
You become overwhelmed with fearful paranoia, looking to disengage from a threat or suspecting anyone near you. Any action not taking to getting somewhere safe suffers a 2 dice penalty. This ends when you've spent roughly an hour in a safe place. So you can fight through these feelings. They will still be there, but you can fight through them, but any rolls from here on out will come at a 2 dice penalty until
That's okay.
you fulfill the requirements to sate the compulsion.
Can I go take a nap in your room?
I was rolling absolutely fuck all anyway, so truly. Like, okay. Yeah.
Yes. So, but this compulsion is definitely feeding on the thoughts you were already thinking of being like, this is all too convenient. Like, it's like, I do like you, but also sus as hell as how all of this is lining up.
Yeah. I think, Scully is going to speak. I don't think that she considers anything like, a real, like, physical threat right now, so it's more of suspicion. But, she's kind of glancing between everybody and then also looking at Merrick, who's, like, the only person, but also Merrick is, like, with the vein. In general, so it's like,
so that's also a complicated situation.
Yeah, and she's gonna speak up and go, all right, so just it so happens that you saw all of this, exactly these memories, and like nothing else
Correct. I understand exactly how this sounds. I would also be probably looking like some of you if I were on the receiving end of something like this. I've been thinking about this all week, which is also why I was like, maybe I'll do this for the end of the week because I needed to process this information. The only thing that I can offer to, I guess, give you peace of mind that I'm telling the truth is, well, no, she can't even. It's not like she can, because it's specifically like between your sire.
Yeah, and yeah.
Wait.
Specifically,
could I use Scry the Soul?
You
See,
can.
well,
I said you can absolutely use Scry the Soul.
I want to see if I can use Scry the Soul to see what I can get.
Yeah, I think Yvain would be super open to that. Just like if anyone has something that could suss the truth out in someone, you can use it, because I don't know how else to essentially prove that I'm telling the truth, but I do need you to believe me if anything is going to be done, essentially, because
And I think I can blood surge on this. Let's see, I should be able to. Yep, okay. I got 3 successes.
Yes. All right, and say 3 successes. Okay, and so Yvain, does that mean you are failing this willingly?
I will fail willingly.
Okay.
All right. So then, Ephraim, you get to ask 3 of the questions associated with Scry the Soul.
I gotta look up specifically what this question about the questions equal to the margin. Okay. Is she reporting the news, like unbiased news, or is she using this information to settle a grudge?
As far as you can tell, she is being fully truthful in what she says.
Will she work with the local authorities, as it were, to bring Frey in?
Do I answer that? What? I don't quite understand the question.
Well, basically, would you interfere? Like if
like would I do anything to help him?
Yeah.
I mean, am I allowed to say anything to this?
I mean,
for
yes,
this one?
absolutely.
Okay. Then I think that what you would get is, yes, she would, but also she knows that she has been blood bonded to him again recently, and she also understands that that could be a complication, but that she's fearful of because of the control that could have over her.
And the last would be, given your blood bond. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's really a way to break the blood bond. I think that's like some more blood sorcery shit that's probably beyond our levels.
Was that yeah? I
Well,
was
she
like
has a
you.
flaw.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think like my next question.
Yeah, I was like you for sure don't know of a way to
Right.
do it.
The player knows this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So third question. Sorry. I can't think of a third question. Just
all good.
You can just move on.
Real.
Yeah, he doesn't trust her. He just thinks this is it's just way too convenient. She got him wound up at first, with the whole like you're talking shit about Grumry, but now he's kind of like it's too convenient. Even the blood bond thing is he doesn't trust her that she could go through with it. So
Yvain would kind of look at everyone and say, here is where I am at with all of this. And I understand everyone will kind of make their choices as they want to. And I will respect that. Frey is my sire. I am blood bonded to him. That puts a question mark on exactly what kind of complication could arise in the near future. There's a potential that I could try and fight that feeling, but I imagine it would be quite hard. However, I will point out that telling you all of this and knowing this when I am blood bonded to someone who could compel me to tell him whatever I found out he had a mind to, and he got his hands on me, would put my neck on the chopping block. Even if it was something that I couldn't prove, if Frey finds out that I have seen this information, I do not doubt that he will try and take care of me.
I think Scully has moved back over to like around the window and just back to looking out of it. And like just kind of tapping, listening to Yvain, kind of turns around, like looks at her and is just like, see, I don't not trust you because of the blood bond. Well, I guess that it's part of it. The thing is, if you want to kill this guy because he did that to you, I get it. I just need you to be real with me if that's why this is all lining up.
Yvain nods and says, I will be forthcoming. I want to be done with Frey. And I do want a permanent solution to that.
Could I use my third question?
Sure.
I'm sorry. No. Given that she just said that, so then like he's like, you know, so.
But be that as it may, this is not the reason why I'm telling you this information. I am telling you this information because we said we would share information while looking into this, and I am especially telling you this information. And she looks at Ephraim, because whether you choose to believe it or not, you deserve to know that that's what I saw, so that you can make your own decision.
I didn't think she did anything anyway. I thought she was innocent. And what I'm hearing is that she was innocent. So I appreciate that, but this is, and he's again looking over at Rick Hassan. He's like, this is talking about destroying a kindred, and this isn't my call. That's Prince's call.
And they'll sort of, I'd say, depending on how observant, or it really just how much you've been paying attention generally. Hassan and Rick have been exchanging glances this entire time. And
you said you had something to say. You might as well say it.
And
You did say that.
and Rick will say, I hope these aren't related, but
Fucking Christ.
the sheriff is missing.
What?
And Hassan will chime in and say, as is Primogen Orenda.
Is Primogen Orenda the one that I met with?
They're one of the ones that you met with, yeah.
Was it the one who was just like, why? And I was like, maybe they have a hope for being friends in the future. Is it that one?
No, I believe that was Felicia.
Okay.
Yes, I would say Felicia is the Lasombra Primogen. Orenda, you did meet with Orenda,
I
but
think I met with her first, though.
but Orenda is the Banu Hakim Primogen.
Right. Yes. Okay. Yes. But I
And
met with Orenda last week.
And Rick will say, well, they've disappeared since then. No one's seen or heard from them. And we haven't heard from the sheriff in a couple nights now, which is unlike him.
This is bad.
And Hassan will just say, indeed.
Scully's like leaning on the windowsill, head in hands.
So do we think somebody's... He goes, you know what? I don't know if I want to know. He says, maybe I should just go back to my club. Just, I don't know. He's like, I don't want to start speculating that. He kind of glances over at Scully that Anarchs are doing some shit. I don't know.
And
That's
I
No offense, Pluto.
was saying Miracle chime in at that. And
you have all of these politics going on in this room
yeah.
right now between you guys. We have nothing to do with this, besides the fact that apparently one of your people killed someone from the Anarchs, and now we're all going to be fucked. So
Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say, and Merrick will say, yeah, Ward 3's relationship with the Camarilla has been nothing but cordial. And this doesn't exactly scream Opal's style. She hasn't done anything in a week, and even if she had, she's not one of ours.
So she's just out operating on her own then?
I don't know what she classifies herself as now, but either way, she does not have any functional domain. I'd say you ask anyone, Anarch or Camarilla, that screams Autarchus to me. She's only on a mission of revenge at this point.
And Ephraim will turn, look at Yvain. Well, I guess your little grudge just got tabled, because it sounds like we got bigger fish to fry.
And Rick will chime back in saying, well, we're admittedly unsure what this could mean. Our first suspicion was, since Opal hasn't been making any moves, our first suspicion was hunters, which, given current information that was just given, I'm not willing to entirely rule out, seeing as Lorcan had been deploying hunters who were under his thrall. And we've now learned that Lorcan and Frey had some sort of working relationship. There could be a connection.
be pacing in here.
Yvain wants to say they fucking hated each other too. But she doesn't want to add anything else because it's like, I am obviously the most like.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I was say. Yeah, you. I was say because you know that Orenda and Frey definitively hated each other, and the sheriff certainly wasn't friendly towards him by any means. But even that aside, the sheriff is, you know, the second most powerful and influential kindred in the city, debatedly. And the other, who he did definitively dislike, sat on the Primogen Council. So
That he wants to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
I think Yvain will just say, again, I understand you're taking everything I say with a grain of salt, but I don't know if this is something that you can or can't verify. Hassan, I know that those two hated each other. Primogen, Orenda, and Frey. They were not fond of each other in any sense.
Yes, Primogen Orenda did never quite have a good word to put in about your sire. And they didn't exactly hide those feelings.
I will say to you all that in my meeting with her, she was not necessarily opposed to my mention of working together to keep Frey from being on the council. So do with that what you will, I suppose.
Scully's dragging a hand down her face again because this is all just Camarilla politics that she just was not wanting to be a part of. And she's just gonna she's going to like walk closer to Yvain and go, if you can get some kind of solid evidence that Frey is the one who did all of that in whatever vision you saw, then we can go from there. Right now, though, this seems like a whole lot of things that the Anarchs should not be involved in, because I barely even know any of the names you're saying right now. So
I think that's entirely fair. I would also like to clarify, I'm not saying that we go and do something about him right now. That doesn't make any sense. As I said, there is no tangible way to present evidence to the prince of what I saw. But my hope in sharing what I saw was to hope maybe give us an idea of what kind of things to look into to see what evidence we could actually find. The evidence itself, whatever it may be, for the things that we're searching around for anyways, will point one way or another.
And Miracle chime in and sort of like look at Scully and say, well, I don't entirely disagree with you. Physical evidence or no, Opal will only give us so much time, and while this is all Camarilla politics that you certainly should not have to be dealing with, if we don't find who we now believe to be the one behind the death of Baron Reyes, Opal will start up again. And that doesn't just affect the Camarilla, that affects us too.
yeah, that's what I've been trying to work on for the past week. Promise you, that is on my mind. Just, if you have evidence of this guy doing this, I'm fine to keep pursuing this route, because it's better to give them some, yeah? Me.
Scully just got to see regular camera footage of like what happened when Baron Reyes died, right?
Yeah, that had Grimory kill.
Yeah. I think Van will kind of look at like Merrick, Hassan, and Rick. Say, do any of you know of any kind of I don't know, I guess anything that could show us like a thread between like oh god, I don't even know what I'm trying to ask. Vane's like visibly getting frustrated now because it's like it feels like a lot and a little impossible. She stands up and says, okay, well, there's one thing that I can do during this while you all do what you're going to do. I just have to. What is this called? A bloodstone? What is it called?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. A bloodstone.
Does that work as like I will know where the person who has it is, like a little GPS?
Kind of. It doesn't give you an exact location, but it lets you know sort of like keep track of sort of like the general direction where they're in. So like if you use your corresponding one, you can essentially like follow it, and you'll be able to find where the other person is.
Okay. Well, what I can do is I guess I could plant a tracker on Frey, and then I can essentially follow him and see if I can figure out what he's getting up to when he's disappearing and going off by himself. Yeah? That's exactly what she says. And how she says it. Says, well, I don't necessarily feel safe doing it, but if you don't risk a little skin, you know.
Yeah. Well, that was all very
Then at the very least,
important
if I see
information.
something I can maybe record or whatever, get information that way, or evidence that way. Actually, now I have more thoughts. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe I should go get some cameras to install in Frey's place. Going Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Let's go on a mission, guys. Let's go on a mission and sneak into people's apartments.
And I did say I wanted to see if I could find a good Nosferatu hacker. So, you know, I think maybe Evans could... I think I'm going to see if I can't do a little snooping and a little digging.
Awesome. I will also continue to do my snooping and digging. I'll see you all another night, I think. Escoli is gonna, I think, let herself out.
Okay.
Because for the past, like, however long, probably like 30-ish minutes, she's looked a little bit like a wild animal.
Just like pacing back and forth and just constant being like, oh my god, it's just another thing.
Never put her in a social or political situation. She wasn't built for this.
Alright, so Scully, you take your leave.
Exit stage left, and she's gonna go find somewhere safe to chill.
Sounds good. Ephraim, how you feeling about all this?
The more he listens to it, the more he wants to wash his hands of it, honestly. He's wash his hands of the whole Frey thing. He's like, that's some child sire shit at this point. Let her prove what she's saying. We got bigger problems now because the sheriff's missing, Primogen's missing. He's, Team Camarilla, so he's more kind of focused on that right now. But he's kind of like, I got to keep my house in order first, and is kind of leaving this to the powers that be to send it up the ladder to the prince. So. So he will probably do like Scully, probably, thanks, and,
for all the fish.
Yep. And, and leave. So,
All right. So, not too long after Scully heads out, you also take your leave.
and if that fucking guard says anything, so
I would say you leave. The guard does not bother you at all.
good. Yeah, he is not in the mood now.
Yep. And so Evane, you are left with Rick, Hassan, and Merrick.
She just deflates. Not like sad, like literally just like essentially high tension kind of breaks a little bit, and she just kind of deflates and looks exhausted immediately. It's just like, I'm hoping that more bad news is not incoming, and that you're just being polite and not also all kind of, it's not storming out, but making a quick exit.
And Rick will say, that's just the news we had to share. I wasn't expecting it to compound or even potentially entangle with your news. But if Frey is behind it, and if he's behind it, then he's working with someone or someones who are able to who are capable of catching the sheriff off guard.
Yes, and even if it is possible to find something so that I can prove that I'm not crazy or just using this, the clock is not exactly on our side. It's definitely not on my side, but I don't know. I've had a bad feeling for the past month or so. And then now hearing that the sheriff is missing and one of the primogens is missing. While we're waiting to essentially see if Opal will cease her aggression, if we're able to give her the information she wants, or if this is going to turn into something bigger and messier. It's a mess. All of it. I don't know what the right answer is here. And I don't feel like
Merrick will say it's certainly a shit show.
And even that feels like putting it lightly. Well, I think that maybe we should call it here for the evening. I have a lot to think about. Yeah.
Rick will say, yeah, probably a good idea. We got new perspectives to think on, and gotta at least follow our threads, and if they connect to yours, then, well, I don't know if that's better or worse.
Rick, in the instance that there is something larger than even what I said tonight is going on, and he is involved, does that make me liable as well? Yeah, and in advance, yeah, just straight up asking, like,
By
sins of the
tradition,
sire, like, will I be killed too?
historically, it's usually the other way around. Sins of the child are sins of the sire. But you've given no real instance that the sins of the sire are also the sins of the child. But I guess that's not really for me to say.
Well, it definitely won't make ministry beholden to anyone here in the city, I don't think.
Oh,
All right. Yeah,
That's-
no, before we... Are you going to give me more bad information?
no. I think we've overstayed our welcome. And Rick will sort of stand up, and Hassan never really sat down. And Rick will say, I'll be in touch if I find out anything, and you do the same.
Yeah. Of course.
And Rick starts heading for the door, and Hassan will walk over to you. He won't say anything, but he'll sort of just like take your hand and squeeze it.
I think Evane just kind of nods, but is kind of making that like, I'm holding back the dam, so before I embarrass myself,
Yeah.
please don't do too much.
Yeah, and he'll sort of like release it after a couple seconds and follow Rick out of your haven, just leaving you and Merrick. Are you okay? That's a stupid question.
You mean besides giving news that makes everyone suspicious of my motives and my ambitions. I mean, I've had better nights.
Do you want me to go? Or would you rather I stay?
I'm afraid I won't be very good company. But if you want to stay, I won't begrudge you that.
And he'll sort of just wordlessly sort of stand up and then walk over to you and sit down next to you.
I despise him. No, that's not even the right word. I despise what he did do and what he didn't do. And I despise the fact that even despite all of that, and despite all of the things that he's done or said, that there's a part of me that still can't seem to extricate itself from him. There's so many things that when you're living as we do now, they fade away over time. Like Polaroid photos that have these bright splotches slowly get larger and larger, eating up the picture that's there. Can't quite remember what the scene was. That's kind of how the feelings associated with the things that happened when I was alive feel like. But I very much remember thinking that he was the sun in my sky. He was everything. He was everything to me, and he was everything that I wished I could be and knew that I would never be able to be. And it's pathetic, but I worshipped him. I did and would do whatever he asked of me.
I don't think it's pathetic. I felt, I suppose, not dissimilar to my sire once upon a time. I mean, I felt like he gave me the ability to finally be myself, the version of myself I always knew was there deep down, but he finally let me be happy looking at myself in the mirror. And finally let me show everyone how I saw myself inside. And that gift, because I was so grateful, it just gave him so much power over me that I didn't realize until much later. Just how tight that grip was. So I don't think you're pathetic, or how you feel is pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what's the most upsetting thing? Even despite all the other things that happened, even despite him having me dragged like an animal and beaten, despite all of that, I think the worst thing was the fact that he blood bonded me again to him, when I know that had he just chosen to see me as more than just the ground that he walked on, I might have forgiven it all. Of all of it, that feels like the greatest betrayal. He never had any intention of seeing me as a proper person, let alone any kind of equal.
And he doesn't say anything, but he just puts his arms around you and holds you.
I don't know if everything's going to be okay. It feels like a noose is slowly tightening around all of us. Or something's waiting to drop.
Then I guess we need to find a way to cut the rope.
Yeah. Okay. That's enough. That's enough of fixating on things that can't immediately be solved in this moment. Why don't we find something else to do or watch or talk about, just for the night?
Okay.
Shelve it.
We can do that.
She puts the shoe back. Give it a second.
All right, you
I'm
both.
so glad.
Well, I say you both
It's
set
just
up
like,
like
I fucking love shoe bills. They're so strange.
they look like dinosaurs, and and we transition out as the two of you sit down watching the Shoebill documentary, and very quickly we will pop back over to Scully driving away. When Scully, you get a text message notification.
I think Scully is so fucking paranoid right now that she is going to pull over to check it.
Okay.
Don't check your messages and drive, guys.
No, that's just good advice. You pull over. You check your messages, and it's from Zephyr. And it says, "Preparations are ready. Meet me at midnight."
Tonight? Oh. Oh boy. Scully will respond back. Okay. That's it. And then she's gonna go drive.
Awesome. And you drive off, and that is where we will end tonight.
Okay, I think I might get sacrificed, so it's been good knowing everyone.
Stress, anxiety, even. Wow.
We play these games to relax, right?
Yeah, you know
Relax
that.
and have fun. I'm sorry, woman, mostly Evane.
Honestly, I feel like she should take it as a compliment that people would even suspect her, because that means that they have a reason to, in some way or other, be on guard around your intentions, which people might not have in season 1 because of how fucking weak-willed yellow belly you are. Like, you are so, you know what I mean? So like, I think that's growth in a way. It don't feel good.
I mean, she was very mousy in the first season. I'd say, with the exception of the underground party that you went to, where you were like, "Let me show everyone my e-girl persona."
Yeah, it's fine, because when you're in costume, that's not you.
So true.
Wow, I love the theater.
I think that the funniest thing is that Scully doesn't have an issue with killing Frey. It's that, hey, be upfront about why you want to kill this dude. We can do this.
It's like you want to kill him? Fine, I don't care. But your justification is a little too convenient.
A little too convenient, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
That's
just let me
exactly
know
why I
if you
was
want to
like,
kill
what
him.
do you mean? What do you mean that she sees him speaking to Lorcan? I would have never in 100 goddamn years would have ever thought that was what she was going to see.
I can't
What do you mean?
believe Frey has a situationship with Lorcan.
Yeah. Who is this man to me?
Write your own fanfic and send it to us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Write your Frey Lorcan fanfic and then send it in to Restless Barbarian Gaming.
Exactly.
Please
I would
be
read
sure
it.
to label it not
Whoever
safe
writes
for
the
work.
best fanfic, we will give these to.
I would say label it "not safe for work, not safe for life."
Yeah.
I think that I've never. Yeah, I think that just by like existing, Lorcan and Frey are like not safe for work in the very literal sense of
Yep.
it.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
No, not safe for your health at all.
Not safe for anything, really.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know, write your toxic homoerotic situationship fanfic about the two of them, and, you know, get back to us, I suppose.
Fun size. That's your mission for next
Yeah.
week.
We're doing our viewers' homework.
I would
Hello?
like to see
Yep.
it. I would like to see it. Yes.
We need to see it on our desk by next week. Okay.
Yeah.
Dramatic reading at the end of the season.
Yeah.
For some reason, I look into this shit. So here's the thing. Avane was like, maybe I should look into more stuff to see if I can get any more memories about him meeting with Lorcan. And was like, what if I get psychic damage from seeing them make out? I'm not ready for the
Right.
potential
You're
possibility.
gonna see that creepy face coming towards you.
Yeah.
Because like I'm not really ready for that possibility, even if I think it's like a 10% possibility. The fact
I
that
like
Even if
the
it's 10%, that's too high.
Lower. That's a really
That's
high
definitely roll for
percentage.
sanity. After
Yeah.
that, so.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, because Freya's a narcissist, but
Roll for like, what is it? Would it be to not frenzy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, make a frenzy check.
Yeah.
Make a
Or
fear frenzy.
thinking, like, so you treat Lorcan better than you treat me? Do you see him? You hear him?
It's
Maybe
like,
they
but he,
do have a
it's,
toxic
it's, like,
situation.
it's like, but he's so handsome and beautiful when he keeps his mouth closed.
Ugh.
And then
Oh
what?
my goodness.
Only his mouth, the creaking, cracking of his bones, and the weird way he moves
yeah,
doesn't
let's
fuck
not.
you up.
If he
What
stays
do you mean?
completely still, it's
Right.
probably
We're
maybe
gonna,
okay.
we're gonna scare people off now.
Yeah.
I think we ought to just wrap up for tonight.
Well, thank you, everyone,
Thank you,
for
everyone.
joining us for the season premiere.
Yes, thank you, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate it. Yeah, send us your fanfic, and maybe we'll read some of it if it doesn't creep us out too much. So.
Live reading.
Send your fan fiction to perludo@gmail.com. Thank you. That's my business
go.
email.
There
We
you
don't
go.
actually.
How's that? You heard it here first. Send it to their business email.
Send it
This is a very important business that we need to get to.
and
I'll
make sure to put the
keep an eye
subject
out.
line juicy details. So.
Yeah.
Best fanfic, I will do a live dramatic reading. Completely sober. Completely sober.
Completely sober, yep.
Damn,
Actually,
that's
the best if you have
commitment.
Aloysius do the voices, you know.
Yeah, I'll do the non-speaking parts, and
Yeah,
then
you'll be the
do all
narrator, and then
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
voice both of them.
Right, now we've scared off everybody. I think it's
Exactly. I
good.
think
It's a
we
good
should just
try.
wrap this now.
Good night, friends.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone. We
everyone.
will
Good night,
see you Next
everyone.
Friday night for more River City Runs Red. Good night, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. And now I need to
Hilarious.
keep an eye on my Gmail.
Good